Welcome back, guys. Today we're going to be doing some chicken breasts on the smoker, and we're going to use two different kinds of seasonings. We got 3 or 6 chicken breasts here, so we're going to do 3 apiece. One is just my standard go-to of garlic salt and Lowry's salt, and the other one is a citrus grill blend. So we kind of have a mix in the family of who likes what. So first thing we're going to do is take these chicken breasts, and we're just going to give them a nice basting of olive oil. Just kind of helps the seasoning stick a little bit more and gives it just a little extra flavor, not too much. Do that to all of these here. And then we're actually not going to pre-season these. I'm going to season them once we get on the smoker, just because it makes a little bit less of a mess and it doesn't really buy you any extra flavor by seasoning them when they're off the grill. So these are going to cook fairly inconsistently because we do have some pretty giant chicken breasts here along with some regular sized ones. I bought these wholesale, so they came in a 10-pound box, and these are actually full breasts, so they came still joined together, and I had to trim them up and get all that taken care of first. So I'm going to take these. The smoker is heating up right now, so I'm going to get these on, and we're going to season them. Let's get these on here. Throw my bigger one here towards the hotter side. Just going to lay them in nice threes. That way we can keep them separate. Know which is which. Alright, so just going to take Lowry's, give it a nice shake there. And on top of that, garlic salt. Then over here, just going to do our citrus. With our citrus, we want to make sure you get a pretty good coating on there because this stuff isn't extremely strong and flavorful. So if you want that citrus notes to come through, you gotta get a nice coating on there. There we go. We're gonna close it up. We're gonna leave it for around an hour. What I want to do is I'm going to let these sit for probably 15 minutes or so, get them a little warm, get a nice cook started on them. Then I'm going to flip them over and season the other side. I'm also going to stick this up here in my what should be my hottest piece of meat in the end, so that way I can keep track of ideally where the first one's going to be done. Because they are going to cook so unevenly, I want to make sure where the first one that's going to be done, I want to know that, and then I can temp the rest of them beyond that. So we're going to flip them here in 15-20 minutes or so, and we'll be back. Alright, so we're about halfway. We're going to pull our probe here. We're at 80 degrees internal temp, and you can see we're just starting to get a little bit of color change on the other side of the chicken here, so we're just going to flip them and season that other side. Over here are going to be a little bit less done. Yeah, you can just tell by the consistency of it. But that's okay, that's how it kind of works. Alright. Alright. So he has a good seasoning over here. The reason why I don't season both sides right away, I'm sure that's a question a lot of people have, is I don't want to keep the meat from soaking up as much smoke as it can. The other thing that I do, and I don't know if this makes a difference or not, on the other side I put Lowry seasoning salt first. This side I'm going to do garlic salt first. Like I said, I don't think it makes much of a difference. That's the way I do it. And if I'm wrong, please tell me in the comments. You can see some of this stuff is already starting to get cooked more than the others. And you'll have that. Again, it's not an even piece of meat. It's not a steak where you're going to have, you know, an even cut all around. So you just got to kind of roll with it and then go from there. So we'll put this back in here. We're at 89 degrees internal temperature is what it's reading right now. Make sure it's in all the way. And we just dropped to 87. So, all right, we're going to leave this on until we hit internal temperature of 165 degrees, and we'll see you in a little bit. All right, so we hit temperature on one of them over here, so I'm just going to check these other ones real quick. Still got a few degrees to go on that one. This one, I'm guessing, is pretty done. Still got a few degrees to go on that one too. So this one is definitely done. So I'm going to pull that. I'm just going to start pulling these as they hit temp, and then we'll give them a try. All right, guys, I'm back. The smoker's still running, as you may see. I learned something tonight I've never seen before. Didn't even know it existed. Chicken breast can hit a stall. I have 4 chicken breasts in here left that have all been sitting between 150 to now I think the highest ones are 157 for about an hour and a half. I didn't know that was a thing. Fat normally causes things to stall, so big pieces of meat, brisket or even pork butt, things like that. You know, things that have a lot of fat and is a big chunk of meat. Chicken breasts apparently can do it. Did a little bit of research and found out that it's a thing. So, while I wait, we're going to try some whiskey, because this is supposed to be a quick cook, like an hour, and I was going to do this afterwards. But now we're going to do it now. So, tonight, we have Knob Creek Kentucky Straight Bourbon, aged 9 years out of Claremont, Kentucky, and it is 100 proof. So, give this a shot here. And this is mainly because I'm so frustrated with this, I just need a little bit of bourbon. Oops. I'll push it down too hard there. Take that off. Ooh, it smells good. Probably one of the better noses that we've had so far. Good color, look at that. Light, nice rich dark color. Although, Basil Hayden's had that too. Oh, that's good. Caramely, almost chocolatey, really rich. That's a good bourbon. This is probably top 2 that I've tried so far, maybe top 3. Oh, that is good. Definitely worth it. I think these are around 30, 35 bucks normally. Ooh, man, that's tasty. Taste matches the nose. It's just, man, wow. That is fantastic. Well done, Knob Creek. Alright, I'm going to sit here and drink this while I wait for this to finish. Might see you guys next week. Alright, we finally have each one of these done, so let's cut into this. This has taken 3 hours to cook, so this better be the best smoked chicken I've ever had. Still nice and juicy. Yeah, it just... Well, let's see how the other one looks. We took this one off a few minutes ago, so it's been resting. The skin is a little bit tougher than I'd like, but that's partially due to how long it's been on there. So you can see we're still juicy, not quite as juicy as the other one. We do have a bit of a smoke ring, which is good. Now we'll dig into them and see what they taste like. Alright, as you can hear probably right now, smoker is still running. Still have 2 breaths on there that haven't hit 160 degrees yet. So I'm just happy I get to eat something at this point. So I'm going to try my tried and true Lowry's and seasoning salts. The skin is a little tough on this one. Again, it's chicken breast that's been on the smoker for almost 3 hours. So it's a little chewy. Excuse me. Mainly the skin. The skin's chewy. The meat inside is still pretty juicy. It's actually pretty tender inside as well. The outside though is definitely chewy. It'd be different. It would be nice if it was crispy and the inside was like that, but not so much. So let's give this one a shot. This one, when I was cutting it earlier, the skin doesn't seem nearly as tough. Meat definitely looks juicier. Not quite as tender. The meat itself isn't quite as tender as this one. The skin is better, and it's been on there actually a few minutes longer. But the meat inside, or the meat inside of the skin, is just not quite as tender. It's juicy, it's very juicy, but it's not very tender. For being smoked at 225 for 3 hours, I would have expected a much more tender piece of meat. So, my advice through all of this, pound out your chicken. If you got chicken breasts that are thick, thin, long, whatever, get them to at least an even thickness so they'll cook evenly, or else you run into this really annoying stall that is a thing. Surprise! To me. If you knew about this, please leave a comment down below. Let me know how you found out about it. I bet these have stalled now for easily 2 hours. This should have been a 1 hour cook. This was meant to be a quick, we just got home from work, let's throw some stuff on while we get some stuff done. Not the case. This is a failure. But meat's pretty good overall. So, remember, like, subscribe, leave a comment down below what you guys want me to see, or what you guys want to see me cook next. And we'll get it on the roadmap. And I guess that's it. You guys have a good day, night, whatever, whenever you're watching this. Leave those comments. See you next time.